Assessment terminology refers to the language and vocabulary used in the field of assessment, particularly in education. Assessment is the process of gathering and evaluating information about students' learning, progress, skills, knowledge, and abilities. The terminology used in assessment helps educators communicate effectively about the various aspects and methods of evaluating student performance. Assessment and testing. Assessment is a series of actions taken by the teacher to measure student responses, actions, performance, and behavior. A test refers to procedures used to measure a learner's learning at a specific point in time and often involves collecting information in numerical form. Common forms of tests are multiple choice, questions, a gap fill, or closed tests. In this case, we have to the test in a method. It includes a set of techniques, procedures, or items managed by the teacher in an appropriate way. The test must measure. A test can provide results of student progress about general ability, and the test measure a specific domain. People can take proficiency tests to determine general competences in skills of a language. The next part is measurement and evaluation. Measurement quantifies individual achievement, encompassing quantitative and qualitative aspects. Evaluation involves interpreting assessment results for informed decision making about learner futures. And finally, we have a formal assessment, refers to a grading system-based evaluation to monitor students' knowledge. Some examples: tests, quizzes, surveys, and questionnaires. Informal assessment refers to a method of student evaluation that does not have any standard grading criteria. Examples: exercise surveys, observation, and oral presentations. Formative assessments are evaluations of someone's learning progress in a classroom. Common formative assessments include quizzes, games, projects, presentations, group activities. And finally, summative assessments are evaluations of what someone has learned throughout a course. Common summative assessments include tests, final exams, reports, papers, end of class projects. Thanks.
The type and purpose of the evaluation are given according to purpose of the assessment and evaluation instrument, where the educator and administrator design tests. These can be tests for measuring of competence, placed to the students at the core level in the course, diagnostic of the level of competence. Tests carried out by the teacher. They measure the level of competence that the students have in the teaching unit. In achievement tests, we have some objectives and tips to consider. In the objectives, measure it only at a specific part of the program. They are administered at the end of the lesson. They help performance and teacher diagnose their student and the objective need. In addition to designing a program for a specific group of the students who need to improve. Among the tests we have formative or summative evaluation, intermediate evaluation, combined formative and summative aspects. Diagnostic text is always administered at the beginning of a program to determine what the skill need to be developed. Show the content that the student must work on, giving the teacher a clear idea of the what aspect of the language should be covered. Offering information of the skill such as speaking, reading, writing, listening, and using the language. Thank you.
Placement test. This test is applied before starting a program or in the beginning of a process with the purpose of determining academic level, develop skills, and acquire knowledge. These tests evaluate the productive and receptive skills of linguistics like reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And in summary, this test is applied in order to placing the student in a correct level. Proficiency tests applied at the end of the program to evaluate all linguistic skills and knowledge acquired during the process to certificate the level of linguistic acquired in the program. In the case of English, depending on the Common European Framework, and we have three levels: the basic user A1 and A2, that is elementary level, the dependent user B1 and B2, that is intermediate level and is the most common proficiency in Spanish countries, and the proficient user C1 and C2, that is the highest level of English. Aptitude tests. This is a psychological assessment tool and it is using in a pedagogical area. This is applied at the beginning of a program to determine the person's ability to learn. In the case of linguistics, how the person learn or acquire a language. This test is using to identify learning styles or preferences and particularities of each student, and is using to measure an individual's specific skills and competencies.
Principles of language assessment. 1. Practicality. It is the administrative process involved in assessing an instrument. It includes making, giving, and scoring a test. Also, we have some main qualities that makes a practical test. That is, it does not surpass the budget limits, it is taken within the given time, it has clear instructions, and it is used human and materials resources appropriately. Next, we have reliability. Reliability deals with the consistency of the test results, which means that no matter if the test is taken it at any date or at any place, but the results will be the same. That is consistency. Also, we have different definitions within reliability. We have the learner related reliability that occurs when the test taker suffers from physical or psychological factors. Also, we have the inter-rater reliability that happens when two or more scores agreed on the test results. Next, we have the test administration reliability that deals with the conditions of test administration. For example, the quality of the exam, the light in the classroom, and others. And next, we have the test reliability that deals with the test cause measurement errors. Validity facilitates a thorough evaluation of the particular goal or proficiency. Its assessment aligns with the material covered, and the evaluation aligns consistently with established standards. And finally, we have authenticity that is grounded in actual occurrences, whether in work or personal experiences, requires a significant amount of time, and involves applying knowledge in scenarios distinct from those encountered in traditional exams. Washback effect prepares the student in advance for a more effective impact on teaching and learning a second language. Also, washback effect offers learners the chance to prepare themselves sufficiently, and also it is helpful because students get feedback before the exam date and promotes language improvement in the second language acquisition.